Part of me still wonders if that's really Byakuya.
Danganronpa.
Who knows when we'll find out. What's up, everyone? How are we doing tonight? Alright, let's hop into it. Class trial number 4.
Well now.
I understand your desire to I understand your desire to applaud this wonderfully vulgar trial ground.
Yahoo!
But it's so exhausting to discuss useless things. So let's just get on with it already. It's so sad. My chest hurts. Forcing everyone to do this is so sad. I wish he'd shut up about that.
Hey, come on now.
Hey! Don't go talking without permission. After I've said my catchphrase.
Now I'm really angry.
Otherwise, I'll roll a dice, and based on the result, I'll give you a sex change operation that many times. Why? I have too many questions.
Hey.
What an extreme punishment!
Now then.
Let's get on with it once again. Let's get a move on, boys and girls. Excuse me. Jesus Christ. Let's get a move on, boys and girls. And so it begins. I hoped this would never happen again, and now it's happening for the 4th time. Hajime, here's a spoiler for you. It's gonna happen at least one more time. You know, there being 6 chapters and all. The curtain to the 4th class trial was about to open. Nekomaru Nidai, the ultimate team manager. And the second best thing I had to Tristan Taylor. He was more passionate, more daring, more honest than anyone I ever met. Truly, he was more man than any of us. His massive bulge that may have been hiding a 20-foot cock. I'm not even gonna go there. Even though I halfway did. He sacrificed his body to protect Akane, and his appearance changed drastically after that, becoming a robot and all. But he still tried to live earnestly. And just when I finally got used to his new form, Nekomaru's killer is one of us. God, almost everyone in this panel is dead. Killing someone because it's the only way to survive is no excuse. I mean, kinda is in this case. I mean, what else were you gonna do? I mean, especially, it's the robot that you assume you could repair. I won't let this be excused. Yeah, this panel too, but at least this panel has Hajime on it. I won't forgive this. The person who betrayed Nekomaru, who betrayed their friends, I will never forgive them. And so, this life-threatening trial, billowing with hope and despair, has begun. Hell yeah, I'd love to save 6 minutes and 30 seconds into the game. I'll try our Nagito hate. While Hachime's plan was to starve to death like an idiot. I mean, let's think about this. On your side, you have the ultimate mechanic and a robot. And you're told you can kill the robot and have it technically count as murder so you can get out of this plan where you starve to death. Nekomaru literally makes the most amount of sense. As terrible as it sounds, he really is. I don't think I can actually get a whole lot. Not that I can think of a whole lot I really need. What's this? Reduce delay between firing tooth bolts, effective during non-stop debate and rebuttal showdowns. Do I really need this, though? Yeah, actually, this would actually help. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to help enough. Neutral liberation. Focus gauge decreases at a slower rate during concentration and fever time. Effective during non-stop debate, Hangman's Gambit, and PTA. I think I might want to save up for that. Melodious voice. Increase the damage. Yeah, that's... Who cares? Ambidextrous mood maker. Easier to shift mood in your favor. Effective during the total showdowns. Allows you to lock on 2 statements at once. You're getting a lot where I don't have enough fragments. I should have actually, Oh yeah, I also found out that you can access the store from the menu. So even when we were trapped in the funhouse, I could have gotten more presents and didn't realize it. Clock up, increases max speed. Yeah, I don't care about that. Yeah, I think we're gonna hold off on getting anything. And yeah, with that I don't need to actually get anything. So I guess I gotta give a prediction and then we start. Still wonder why we didn't use the arsenal from the Octagon to break out. Yeah, there was like RPGs in there and shit. And Nagito realized that Great Palace Floor 1 is, in fact, the floor out. I don't know why you didn't just take like 4 RPGs and just go like, alright everyone stand back, we're getting out of here. Boom. Granted, Nagito didn't try that didn't break into the Octagon until after the murder happened. So, I mean, there's that. Plus, I have a hard time believing Nagito would do anything helpful. Alright, so. Prediction time. I said it early on, and I'll say it again. I think the foreshadowing is too heavy this time. I think Gundam did it. I really do. I'm pretty confident on that, too. And RBs have a mid-range? Fine. Fire it from the hallway. Yeah, regardless. Anyway. I do think Gundam did it. The fact that the game on multiple occasions pointed out Nekomaru's sleep button, the fact that it had to go out of its way to have Gundam show off for no adequately explored reason to show that his 4 Dark Davis of Destruction can in fact push the button, or a button, on command. And granted, it was to show off to Sonya, but why else show it other than to show off to Sonya and to also be foreshadowing just before you showed off, hey, here's a button that makes this invincible robot extremely vulnerable. I don't have much more evidence than that, but I'm pretty confident just based on the foreshadowing. In addition, there is one little thing that kind of stands out to me. And that's the fact that the game made a big deal about why 3 characters didn't hear the loud thundering sound of the pillar crashing. And the reason is obvious if you remember. 4 people are in deluxe suites. The only one who wasn't a deluxe suite and was out at the time was Gundam. More than likely because he was setting his plan into motion and got caught. Not really got caught in the act, but was caught outside of his room when that alarm went off. So, unlike the last few times where I was not very confident, but still got it right, I am very confident this time around in my prediction, which probably means I'm wrong. Let's go!
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Does Mikon have, like, an ambulance cross over her face?
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island. I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go.
You think it's supposed to be bandages or something? I don't know.
Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Ooh. But the only rabbit we have here is stuffed.
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me.
Then Akane went on a rampage and killed everyone. The end.
I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
It can be a little column A, a little column B. It's okay, Akane.
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
I don't even have a comment to
Hey,
that.
why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there.
I almost took her seriously for a second. Again, yep, a little column A, a little column B.
Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
Why, yes. It's not what you think. Miss Sonia was trying to eat us. And not in that way either. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Don't tell me you 3 were together since last night!
Yes, Kazuichi, we were together since last night. Sonia tried to eat us. I'm just gonna leave you with that, seeing as how you refuse to acknowledge things.
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
You're not helping, ma'am.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
I want to kick him in the nads, too. I don't blame you, yup. I really don't.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
Alright, raise your hand if you think you're in a trial with a bunch of morons. Or at least people with ADD. I do. And I'm probably not going to be able to help the situation.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House and went to the tower together.
And then, the 3 of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer.
Patience, Akane, patience. Setting first, then we put the pieces together.
Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
I don't disagree with you, but I want to know how you come to that
What do
conclusion.
you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
You know, when you say it like that, you almost sound a little silly. Just a little.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
You're the cruelest one here!
You are correct.
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously. We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
Yeah, a whole lot of them. I took notes this time. I actually took notes! This is what you forced me to do this time!
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
You know, Kazuichi, here's a little bit of advice. If you want to get Miss Sonia to like you, statements like that are not helping you. I'm trying to see if some form of reverse lobotomy exists and see if it'll make Akane smarter. No.
Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
No, it's not actually. What's with Nagito this time?
What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
You can tell what the weapon is just by looking? It wouldn't be much of a mystery if that were true. The only thing at the crime scene that looked like a weapon was probably... Wire, oil on the floor, tripped over pillar. Wait, how many is this? Oh, 7, okay. Well, anyway. Here's the bullet.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
The hammer in the tower was the weapon. Like you said, it looks like that's the case, but
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there.
That pillar.
No, the hammer the killer used and beat the crap out of him.
No, that's wrong! No, I can't accept that hammer was the murder weapon.
yeah, neither can I.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
Why can you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right?
Okay, fine, whatever.
If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
Or at least some scuffs on the frickin' hammer. I mean, come on, that thing looks so unused, it might as well still be in the box.
But that hammer was clean. So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
And then what? Throw it in a vat of frickin' perchloroethylene? No, come on, man.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Where did that come from?
Baby gangster? Me?
No. Forgive her. No. I implore you, Godfather. Forgive her, for she not knows what she does.
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Who are you, Nagito?
I thought, maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
I'm a brilliant mechanic, you know.
It seems that was a waste of time.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
Y'all, you're not gonna believe me if I say it, but...
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle? If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
The actual weapon has oil on it. But if it's something at the crime scene that had oil on it... Nekomaru's body was the weapon that was used to kill Nekomaru's body. It's brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Frankly, would that even work on Nekomaru, who survived a bazooka? I doubt it, man. That's also why I reject the notion that his head is permanently damaged, you can't salvage anything off him. Just cause, I mean, come on. He was standing on a frickin' rocket. It's the hammer, clearly.
I see! The only thing with oil on it is that broken pillar.
Then that pillar is the weapon! Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar!
Yeah, okay, genius. Yeah, there was the hammer again, clearly.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your muscle strength, it would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
We tried to move it, right?
You were there.
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy.
I still want to know who's the Superman of this group. Akane, who still couldn't move
But
it.
there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
The Hulk?
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
Obviously. No.
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
I do love how we're touching this, because they try to do that quick little thing like, hey, remember the previous game? Remember how all the cases here have some connection? You know, the fourth case was a suicide. Maybe the fourth case this time is a suicide, huh? 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 Huh?
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, it has nothing to do with the case at all.
I'm trying to imagine how that works. He just lifts the pillar, tosses it up, and goes, I got it, gold. Also, the connection were not that good. No, they weren't.
Well, I guess you're right.
Especially since the second one, there wasn't a serial killer among the group that was revealed. It was just it felt like a 30-minute waste of time that was just cringe the whole way.
What the heck?
But it does bother me a little. That word, suicide. Hajime, that means you're normal. Freaking genius. Yeah, you're gonna bring that back again. Don't listen to Nagito when he's talking. No, that shouldn't matter. There's no way Nekomaru would commit suicide.
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
Although, honestly, that would be a brilliant idea. Nekomaru telling, having a talk with, Kazuichi, and just saying, alright, how do I end myself enough to have it be considered suicide but you can still put me together? That way you guys can all get out of here and escape the funhouse, and then you can put me back together and they're all good out of this trap. Bathroom's not uncommon. Pekka wasn't a real serial killer. The second murder in the first game was intended. Hiyoko died. Yeah, yeah.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Huh? For reals?
For reals?
Yes, for reals.
No way.
I see. So my gut was right after all.
Yep, your gut was right after all. Curry is pretty good.
All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
I'm counting on you.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go!
Sonia now refers to Sonia in the third person. Yay! Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over.
Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl! I'm getting hella excited!
Yay! The killer murdered Nekomaru by putting him on the pillar? Is that really it?
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
No, that's wrong! If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
To be fair, the way I think it happened, there still should have been fragments on top of his body. That's the thing with this.
Huh? Fragments?
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed him, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
You tried.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
Let it go. Let it go. Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
I'm telling you, that pillar just grew legs and just started hitting itself against Nekomaru. It just kind of happened. I'm positive that's what happened. What's up, Grim? How you doing?
Why are you so certain about that?
Because that pillar killed itself, killing Nekomaru. Obviously.
I just have a feeling.
We all do.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
You're an instinct.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we?
Wow, Nagito so far hasn't pissed me off yet. Huh?
There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, the same as usual.
Oh boy! Here we go! This is the part where Nagito pisses me the fuck off!
You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter. What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
Hooray! Look how helpful you're being right now, you piece of shit!
What did you say? Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
Urge to kill. Rising. Rising.
Hey, Nagito. What the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough.
As much as I want to kick him, he's not wrong. I think I would be sick of some of these people's stupidity after a while. It's still the way he just goes on and on about, oh, you're all so great, but you're such a waste. No, he's just such a condescending asshole. I get it if it was a competition, but it's not. You're all in this together. Now either help or get the flying out of the way.
But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
A specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
And then he does crap like this. Intentionally being super, super vague. And I get the fact that the game's script is doing this so that there's another element like Kyoko in this. Kyoko was the one who helped lead the protagonist along, but she was doing it for the sole purpose of people are more likely to believe it if you help lead them towards that and they make the discovery for themselves. Nagito's doing this just to be a dick. His attitude, his tone, the whole way. Oh, you should check out Nagito's streams on Twitch. Oh my god.
No.
I need to stop being pissed at Nagito.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know, but I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
Oh boy!
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark devas of destruction.
Oh my god, you too now?
I see.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
You're not liking this because Sonya's moved on to another man. And that man is Gundam.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
I cannot argue that.
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
She's fueling his ambition.
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you?
To be fair, Mr. I've only figured it out because I've seen the Octagon and I've figured out a few things.
Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Prick.
Except for Hajime?
Well, don't listen to him when he's talking.
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse. Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower. But in actuality, they are both the same building, and both houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
Calm yourself, man.
Faux show! I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
Two houses are connected to the tower in the middle. I thought that at first too, but I ended up finding proof that completely contradicts that.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
This whole time we've been thinking the two towers are the same building, but if that was the only mystery, there's no way Nagito would mention it here. What happened now and what's with Hajime? Hajime, it turns out Hajime was part of a reserve course of students. He's actually not a ultimate student at all. And Nagito's, for whatever reason, just feeling like being a dick. Just a giant walking dick.
In truth,
Alright, I need to look up a few things here.
are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are...
Alright, that's not helpful. What else we got?
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
I got a feeling, strange feeling in the tower is the bullet. I don't know what to use it on, though.
Place. I mean, the walls are different colors.
That's not it.
Damn it!
In truth, strawberry are actually the exact...
Same place.
So that's the secret.
Is that really it? It's weird to say they're both... I mean, the walls are different colors.
And the designs on the floor are also different.
Oh,
Damn it!
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place.
Alright, first let me just get my health
I mean, the
back.
walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Ooh.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower...
One of the pillows was tipped over.
are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it? It's weird to say they're both... I mean, the walls are different. The designs on the floor...
We've already settled. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Is it Sonia's I need to counter?
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place. In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
It is!
No, that's wrong.
I guess that's not exactly the same. It's up
What
three
with those
floors.
towers? Are they really the same place?
Oh my god. Man. I knew this was going to be a problem this time around. With the way you have to follow the game's exact logic.
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
I have several questions. First off, what did your kingdom destroy? And what do you think my homeland is?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
Just shut up, man.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
It's probably some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something. If it is, then see? That means it could have passed as the exact same place, right?
If so, then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
It could be.
Does that mean he's wrong?
Well, it does, but...
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
Oh my god.
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building.
Bow down.
I don't want to.
Then how about this? Somebody moved Nekomaru's body.
Who? And why?
Well, we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower. But we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it.
Why?
While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
Again, why?
But Nekomaru's body wasn't the only thing moved. Are you saying the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it.
But in the exact same position it was in?
Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
Okay then.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
As expected of a princess, she's overcoming my arguments with great confidence. I need to counter her remarks and wait for an opportunity to refute her. Marriott Hotnet Jr., eh? I guess so.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene? He could have moved it all, easy as pie.
No, there's definitely a hole in what she just said. I need to show her the evidence that
It
contradicts
seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene?
Oh, that's not it?
Crap!
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene?
Crap!
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene?
I have no idea what the game wants here.
Crap!
Are they talking about the oil?
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong. Wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar, the body, everything at...
There we go.
Allow me to cut through those words! Moving the body and pillar is possible, but it would have been impossible to move the oil on the floor.
Huh?
When the position of Nekomaru's body and the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too. Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Then it's impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
I can't believe either. I am starting to hate that minigame.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
Calm yourself, man. Just keep it in your pants. Do that for me.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
Oh, yes and no.
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the E-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers were the same building.
Could it be possible the elevator actually moves up? Oh, yes. Grim. That's exactly what it is.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
This mystery ties into the secret of the funhouse. But we don't have enough clues to solve that mystery. Then the only thing we can do is rely on the person who has those clues.
Hey, Nagito.
How about you answer some questions for me, or I stab you with this knife?
I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up.
Yeah, mister, I went to go play Russian roulette to get some answers.
Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
See, that's what you're doing to me, Nagito. You're making me agree with Sharkface over here.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly.
I hate you. With all my hate.
It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Determine? Is he talking about the traitor? If so, why did Nagito say that all of a sudden? Did something happen to him?
How do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious.
I have a good reason for that.
It's suspicious that you're the
The
only one
reason
who knows.
I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action.
In theory. He performed an appropriate action in order to learn the secret. What could he be talking about? He tampered with the crime scene! I knew it! I fucking knew it. I love these answers. Tamper with the crime scene, life-threatening game, investigation at Strawberry House, or Monokuma Tai Chi. Tamper with the crime scene. It led to everything. And Tai Chi was also the answer to everything. I should have known this whole time.
I see!
You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you?
That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete.
Oh, that was all concrete? Then yeah, odds are that the even if we found the correct distance and so that the RPG wouldn't hurt us, it wouldn't have blown a hole through.
And there, a small conspicuous window waited, all by itself. From that window, I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
You took a picture?
Yep.
Nagito grinned creepily as he retrieved a small digital camera for his inner pocket.
See? This is it.
As he said that, he showed us a peculiar picture.
Let me explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room. But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
Lots of things that shouldn't make sense in this picture?
Then let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
Fucking Nagito. What doesn't make sense in this picture? Ha! Spot select this? Seriously? It's the tower, right?
Crap!
Well, it's weird. Oh my god. I know what the game wants to be, but how the do I describe it to him?
Here!
Okay.
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then, this is definitely strange. This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angles suggest it was taken from higher up.
I see. And is that it?
Nagito said there's lots of things that don't make sense in this photo, which means there are actually other contradictions contained in it.
Here!
What did I get that time?
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was, Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle. Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it. But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
That's right. Good call. In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
But which one is his cursed eye? I wonder.
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me,
Oh my god. He annoyed me before, but man.
if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this.
Why do people like this dick?
It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student.
Oh my god, I want to punch him in his stupid face.
Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other clue.
You know, before I just wanted him dead. Man, I want him to suffer now. The other clue. Is he talking about that one time? Well, oh yeah, that's when he just dropped in.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already?
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Was that thing just now another hint to figure out the mystery behind the funhouse's structure? The reason Nagito appeared from the third floor? Using the photo he took? I might be able to find the answer if I just think about it. Alright, let's do this. Not Gambit, not Gambit, not Gambit, not Gambit! Okay, good. Oh, fuck. Ow. Man, talk about a spawn time on that. Oh my god. Why? They don't? Okay, they technically exist, I guess. They're the same building. Vertically. They're on top of each other. Wow, what the hell? I just repaired this spacebar this morning. It's already like tilted. Jesus Christ, this is gonna bother me.
It's all coming together. Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
It's like I can't even use the
Then let
spacebar,
me hear
basically.
it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
The correct one. No, shut up, Nagito.
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all. So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors?
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
It got stuck. Where Strawberry House is located. The floor's above Grape
I
House.
see! On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle.
I'm glad we have this
Altogether,
talk.
this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap! I never expected that the two houses were connected
What?
vertically.
What is with her today?
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
And?
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes.
Mm-hmm.
A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it? Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Never.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a fun house?
Then, it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
No, it's the same tower.
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building.
There you go.
Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House. Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
I can't wait to watch him
Oh,
screw this
I
up.
see. Do whatever you like.
I'll definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me.
Notice me, senpai!
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Oh my god.
You mean a fake body?
You dumbass.
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair, you totally stole my spotlight.
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up, just pick one of them.
A dummy of Nekomaru body exists? Does that mean the killer prepared it in advance? But is something like that even possible?
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair, you totally stole my spotlight.
So which one was the fake body?
Shut up, just pick one of them.
I'm trying to figure out what's the right thing to use here.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Nope.
Damn it! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair, you...
So which one?
Shut up, just pick one of them.
But it's clear that Kazuichi's line is the one you gotta counter. Cause Gundam is right. He did have a mechanical body.
I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died. It should be possible to construct a dummy.
You're magnificent!
No fair, you...
So which one?
Shut up, just pick one of them. I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy. Damn it! I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
Then hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Oh, that
No,
actually was
that's wrong.
it.
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Wait, why didn't you give me Kazuichi? Oh my god. See, that was the kind of bullet.
Me?
I'm gonna be annoyed this whole 1 hour.
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower.
Strange feeling on the tower was the correct bullet.
We thought the body had moved. And that's when you said,
Not just that, the parts that I carefully arranged when they disassembled the body all moved too.
Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Great Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
Maybe it was simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
No, please. A device that transports things to different floors in the same building. I feel like I've seen that before. Oh, come on, hurry up, I gotta... No, I know it's Hangman! Okay, there we go. Alright. Oh, God, I gotta fix this space bar. Fuck. Razor, we're not on speaking terms anymore, by the way. This is the worst. This is broken twice today. This fucking space bar. And I need this in order to do frickin'... I need it in order to do Hangman's Gambit. Because I need the focus. But this stupid thing... Here. I don't know if I can aim it down low enough. I can't. Rip. It's just the worst. Oh, man. So what it is that the stupid thing sits on only one switch, which was the first poor life decision in making this goddamn keyboard. And then they use this stupid lever mechanism, and it gets stuck. And when it gets stuck, when it tries to lift, the release mechanism lets go, and it wobbles, and then the whole spacebar just gets stuck straight up. This is the second time I've had to reseat it today. And this time this stupid little wire here won't get into the slot on the keyboard. Oh my God. This is just... Fuck it. Where is this keyboard plugged into? Please tell me it's in the side of this monitor. It is. And hopefully I didn't lose any other functions when I just did that. And then I try to remember how many A's are in elevator. E-L-A-V-A. No, I do need 2. Wait, what? No, what? Did I misclick something? I must have misclicked something. There we go.
I got it!
You must be talking about an elevator.
What? Are you saying Nekomaru's body was transported using an elevator?
Oh, why
Where the hell
not?
is this elevator anyway?
Where you'd least expect it.
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator.
Yeah, why not?
So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall, it all leads to the same room, right?
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Check the room mode? What's wrong with the room
Now that
mode?
you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive, just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
No, it looks good on my end.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
Because
It's
it'll make
fine.
sense.
Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
Positions. The things that didn't change would we move between the two towers. That includes the body, the pillar, and the oil. We've been talking about that stuff for a while now. There shouldn't be anything strange about them. Not even the fact that they all moved to the elevator. The only thing all these things that have in common were... they were all heavy, clearly.
I see!
Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
And
And?
why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer. The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
What? There's something unique about that elevator? Oh, only the there's no ceiling. It's an enormous circle! Oh my god.
I see! So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was. That's why we saw different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Just for show? Why was something like that necessary?
So we'd falsely believe that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But I guess it means whoever designed this building had a totally twisted personality.
Yeah,
Did you
Monokuma.
hear that, Monami?
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
I don't know and I don't want to know.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
That's
It
for the-
was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right?
Oh my god, it already jammed. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. This is the worst keyboard. I want to find every engineer that designed this frickin' Razer keyboard and shoot them for thinking that this spacebar was a good idea. My god. I just got it, and one of the mounting points just fell off and then caused the whole thing to jam.
The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse.
I should just stop messing with this.
The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
They destroyed the button
Oh
and
my
wrapped
God,
a chain
already.
around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience.
Considering it's a weapon.
After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
I see. Now that you mention it, I completely forgot about that matter.
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
What does this mean?
I agree. What does this mean? But in fact, when my back was facing the elevator and... Oh my... Oh. Damn it, the stupid fucking thing! Oh, piece of shit.
If the two houses are connected vertically...
Oh, the plastic's broken!
The elevator
Great.
should move.
The whole keyboard is shot now.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However,
great.
at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
I'm too mad to even enjoy his stupid face. So Gundam and Sonya have matching arguments. It makes sense, but is that really correct?
If the two houses are connected vertically...
Oh my...
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
Alright, that's gonna be the best I can do to repair this keyboard for right now. Oh... Never, ever, ever again am I gonna get a Razer keyboard unless I see how the blasted frickin' spacebar is built. Because this is just awful. This really is. This is really pissing me off. I mean, now it's just wobbling here. And there's nothing I can do about it because it's busted, so I gotta order another part. Where did I put my headset?
If the two houses are connected vertically...
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind...
Alright, this is the one.
The towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning...
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
If the two houses are connected vertically...
No, my Razer mouse was
The
fine.
elevator should move.
In fact, it was my Dell mouse that eventually broke.
No, that's wrong.
It was my Dell one that finally broke out, and that was because
The
that
elevator
one was
wasn't
like
just moving vertically.
6 years old.
Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Where the thing finally busted. My mouse now is a Razer. It works fine, although
Come on.
I'm still not
you used
used
the
to
elevator
it.
while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Anyway, I need to find
that.
the two
Yeah,
keys that
That's
fell
pretty
off.
strange. From start
Bro,
to
this is
finish,
awful. I've only had this
somehow the
keyboard
compass
for-
needle rotated 180 degrees.
I think a year, if that.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees. It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side. Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
I'm sorry, I'm more interested in fixing my keyboard than this, because I
Elevator that
figured this
rotates while
out
it moves.
an eternity
Is
ago.
that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You
You say
monster!
I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with. I'm different from these lowly humans.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right?
Thank
then
God.
Let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my. I can't believe I have to explain that now. As long as you know what an octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
What an octagon means.
I see!
If I recall, an octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
Fuck you! That's like elementary school
I
crap!
guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
For the crying out loud! Flippin' Jack Black was with Elmo was teaching people what an octagon is. Now where the fuck is an octagon on here? I mean, I know it's on the outside of. I mean, it's clear it wrapped around the first floor of Strawberry House. So, here?
Here!
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it.
Yeah, hold on. Are you really? One, two, three, four, 5. I mean, yeah, but I thought the sides had to be equilateral. Are you... What? I'd ask Siri, but I'm not even sure how to ask Siri.
The true identity of the Octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final Dead Room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon was there too?
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the Octagon.
Yeah, I also learned that my hand looks beautiful. Still.
Learned? The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the Funhouse. Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
Surprise!
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the Funhouse from the scenery. And then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building. But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
Are you saying you did it, Nagito?
It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Okay, game, you and I need to have a talk about your use of the word ultimate. The Funhouse is the true identity of the ultimate weapon? What does this mean? How did the killer use that to murder Nekomaru, and who was the killer that did that?
Hiya!
Why, hello there! I thought of a new bad word to call Monami! I can already tell I won't be pleased by this! Let me say it right away! Oh, I'm sorry. I'm already used to insult and slander. There's no way I'll get hurt by a mere word. Monami is a serious Stufatly. That's much more straightforward than I expected. Stufatly, huh? That's not it. That's not it at all. Stupid, fat, and ugly. It's the perfect jet stream attack incorporated. All three of these would be, ta-da, Stufatly. What? There's a fat hidden in there?
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious Stufatly.
Oh, I did pronounce that right. Yep, let's save. Well, I get angry about my keyboard.
Hello. I hope your day is well.
It's not, as a matter of fact. I am very angry about multiple things.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
Try doing that.
My heart's thumping like crazy.
Get that looked at. I know a good cardiologist. Wait, why is this falling off? Maybe there's some way I can just, like...
I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy.
Yeah, actually just going, so what's actually a pretty good attitude, you ask me.
Yeehaw! But be careful that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Yeah, thank God I don't have those.
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
Once every 5 hours will do. My keyboard is like 8 years old. That's why I'm so fucking pissed that this one broke so easily.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon. Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
Now, I could just get this in there and pump it with enough, I mean, it's not that broken. If I seal it around with, industrial grade, cement, concrete, it should work. Or not, construction glue. Got a tube of that at work.
Is it really alright to accept a situation so easily?
Your mood change gave me whiplash. You think Chiaki did it? I don't think she did. What's up, Cringe Kayla? How you doing?
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekumaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon?
There's no way I'd lie at such an important
I'm sorry,
moment. I don't want to die either.
Are you sure you don't want to die? Anyway, the thing he skipped was I mean Nagito said it.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
And there I give you Exhibit A.
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes, but...
I just hate you all so much now. I hope you all die.
I will sincerely retract that remark.
Retract?
You people suck that much.
I'm disappointed too, you know? If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
Did Nagito go emo? I don't know.
You say such falsehoods per usual. There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
Turn on that macros going. Anyway. As long as my husbandu is still alive. Who's your husbandu?
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Yes, please. I want to go to bed. So I can mourn the loss of my spacebar. We've been through so much spacebar.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane! You were drooling waterfalls?
Nagito as usual. I can't tell what he's thinking. I have no idea if he's serious or not.
Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Nekomaru's cause of death, huh? Oh, Fuyuhiko's still alive. If he was beaten with a blunt object, it wouldn't be killed to utilize the body's structure. So what was Nekomaru's cause of death that also utilized the building structure? Dead battery. Obviously.
I see! That's it. I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected,
Did you know if you look at the heights, apparently Nagito and Kazuichi are taller than Nekomaru? No. I don't believe you. $5'9". 5'6", and Nekomaru is 6'4". That was fun.
Then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
When he was it's the same card, because that one even shows his blood type still, I believe. Yeah, this was still when he was human. Because first off, I seriously doubt his robot body is 268 pounds, and I seriously doubt his robot blood is type A. Now, what would be funny is if for blood type it said 5W20.
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method.
But I do know the method.
Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
I swear all screws stick out. Going by the signs, I think they gave Hiyoko about 4 inches in height. It's about right. She was like a little shrimp.
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
I'm glad that escalated quickly.
But my gut is going crazy right now.
I could go for an entire cow. If Nekomaru died from falling, where did the killer shove Nekomaru from? If I'm going to reach that truth behind this incident, I need to solve that mystery next. Teru is the shortest.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor,
Could be.
you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open. Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
Oh yeah, Despera's height is only like 2 feet, considering the fact that it's in bare form. And he made it clear so they understand that Nekomaru fell to his death. Looks like it's all up to me.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Damn it! When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on. Did you? As long as there's a moving object, the other door won't open.
Oh wait, no, I see what I
Which
have to
means the
do.
elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
When the elevator is on, you can't go through the door.
It'd be impossible.
Then, after locking they moved the and made use of the...
Hold on. As long as there's a moving object,
No, that's wrong! That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
The sleep mode he told us about 4 times?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it.
Okay, so now we get to the point of the broken handle.
There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me.
Oh, snap.
Silence, pest!
Don't you tell her, don't call her a pest.
Now you're calling me a pest?
Wait, who are we calling a pest? I'm confused. If we're calling him a pest, I'm okay with that. A way to create a drop inside the elevator while Nekomaru is still inside. Chiaki seems to have an idea, but what way could that be?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is...
The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold.
Oh,
What
snap.
if I start to enjoy it?
Have you heard the trials without SFX or music? They probably sound incredibly boring without it, really. But I haven't, no.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop...
So you're telling to think about the arrangement.
That arrangement...
The hammer is suspicious. Isn't it about time?
What about the oil on the
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
I agree with that.
Didn't the doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
It's so weird. It's like how it would be realistic. No realistic trials. Bad.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair!
That's right. He was suspended in midair.
Huh?
The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode.
Fuyuhiko's eye patch makes me so sick. It's okay. It's okay.
Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower. And suspended Nekomaru in midair.
How does Nekomaru have a snot bubble?
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
Whoa! Phrasing!
You better not finish that sentence.
It's okay. We're rated 17 and up.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
Too easy.
You're too
So
slow!
what if they created a drop? There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that.
Will Soda kill Nevermind, or will Nevermind kill Soda? Nevermind will just say Nevermind to Soda.
Why?
Or they'll just get married and hate fuck each other forever. The end.
If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall?
By letting physics do the work. Do you not see how that loop is just there?
Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Anyway, this one's actually pretty easy. I think this one?
Even if...
Okay, yeah, it is the one on Nekomaru.
How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
I agree with what Kazuichi's wondering. It seems...
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
I can't back down! It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time if you want to take back that sleep mode, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain the drop. Moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story. What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right?
Allow me to cut through those words! What do you think would happen if Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair?
He would start shouting so that his voice would give him super strength. Or something.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was armed, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
If you woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why, if something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make him fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
Yeah.
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Didn't help at all that they tried to rip that door handle off its hinges earlier. Or its mounting, or whatever. You know what I mean.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Doesn't matter. In the end, he fell off either way.
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
The killer didn't expect the doorknob to come off? The reason that even happened was because... In that case, I'll use my full power! With a fierce roar, Nekomaru used all his power into grabbing the door handle with both hands, but... Not yet. Here it comes. The incredible strength of 1,000,000 horsepower. Wait. Isn't it creaking? Wait, isn't it creaking? If you break off the doorknob, we'll be stuck in here. If that's really what it was, That's the clue Nekomaru left for us to find.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
Do you finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said.
Who was never wrong, ever.
I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
You are correct.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey! Why aren't you teasing me anymore?
This guy. He gets off on this.
Congratulations. You figured it out.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru...
Oh,
that
whoops.
doesn't mean he just crashed.
So thanks to that alarm, Nekomaru ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. Of course that doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too. Stop that devotion though. Stop getting off to that. It doesn't mean Nekomaru crashed straight into the floor. The moment Nekomaru fell, the only thing I can think of that happened was... cola came out of his eyes! It was so obvious. If Nagito kills him next chapter, it'll be like Christmas. Look, I'm not a greedy guy. I don't ask for much. All I want is for Nagito to be killed next and for him to suffer immensely when he dies. That's all I want. All I want.
I see.
When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
We also need a talk game about the color of oil.
See, I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
No, your gut is hungry. You had 1 second left on that timer. I know. I pay close attention to the timer when I go off rambling like that.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
And then Akane suddenly died. Was just encased in a concrete coffin by the Yakuza.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
Ah, now we're gonna get to this! Haha, and I have notes! Actually, all my notes are right here. In silver Sharpie. And therefore impossible to show up on camera, see? You can't see them! Ah!
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Because even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
Man, if only you didn't say that you all screwed up and missed it.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know!
I told my friend I wouldn't watch a horror movie with any killing, and she looked at me with eyes and goes, Danganronpa. Oh my god. Another mystery I don't understand. Seriously, it's just one after another. But I can't choke up at a time like this. Just a little more and I'll be able to reach the truth. There should definitely be a clue to breaking through this contradiction. Alright, do I have a bullet for Monokuma's Tai Chi?
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest. That's gotta be it!
It's okay, well, you just make sure, because I'll get banned from Twitch if your shirt comes apart, Akane. Just calm down. The alarm that caused Nekomaru's death rang at 7:30, but we discovered his body before 7. I need to crush one possibility at a time if I'm going to break through this contradiction.
We headed for Grape Tower.
Before 7 a.m.
But the alarm inside was set for 7.
Nekomaru died.
His time of death and one of those must.
The killer probably did some... They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm on top of this, man. Don't worry.
No, the clock
I
inside
got
his
this.
chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with the clock?
Just remember, guys. I always go through it at least once so we get every voice line.
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, that's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
And they were all messed with.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Wait, who here isn't a human?
Please believe me, we are not lying.
I heard being alive is very terrifying. Oh my god. Oh, that was so bad. Look, when I dream about something that happens, I dream about this exact situation of my life.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
That escalated quickly. The time-related contradiction. I don't think I should doubt the testimonies. I should doubt the clocks. There's no mistake that something was done, but what was it? Perhaps we overlooked something. Maybe we're misunderstanding something. Think. If I focus and think, I should be able to find the answer to that mystery. Okay, good. Easy peasy. Life's doing good. Haha, you're stopped. Oh, fuck! Screw around with squares. What did Hajime do to the other? What did the others misunderstand? Woo! 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 Not bad for someone with a broken space bar. What was tampered with? Building clocks. Well done, genius. Fuck! That was brilliant. Ow. Should I just hit this other one too? Let's just hit all of them. Let's just hit all of these today. How about that? Will that make you happy? All houses clocks are wrong. About how he stopped a brick off a cliff. I was trying to see if I could make the spinning squares in the corner stop, but then I realized, oh shit!
It's all coming together.
I swear there was a reason for it, but the reason was really stupid.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right, Fuyuhiko?
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
But what if all those clocks have been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
All of them. All of them. Trust no clock. Especially my watch, which isn't on me.
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
Oh, it's a plane.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
About 2 hours. She's right. That's the main problem. I need to clarify by how much the time was off after the killer messed with it. Give me Hangman's Gambit so I can finally for once match up the number 2. This is the type of brain power only Chiaki could have done. Clocks lied, Nekomaru died. Please. Please. That's definitely the next mystery. I'm gonna reach the truth in one go.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down?
If only I heard the sound when he fell. It would have been a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
Alright, anyway. $10 to a Sayaka. Oh, it feels bad, man. No offense, I just want to see a waifu die. Alright, anyway. How much did the killer adjust the time on the inside of the building? How would I even figure that out? Alright, if I remember right, I think Akane's account... Yep, is exactly that.
If the time in the building was all messed, then we can only rely. The time of was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that... If only I heard the sound...
It would have been a great clue.
Ah, fuck me.
Or his scream.
He's not the type.
If only we would have heard it too.
There's no point in if does not exist in this world.
If the time in the build, then we can only rely. The time of was clearly 7.
The problem is, in our time.
Are there any clues that can be...
If only I heard the sound...
I agree with that.
Woohoo! Got Sonya's consent. We're in it now.
That's right.
Kazuichi, you might want
We
to
should
kill
have
us,
heard
though.
the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Dude, we lost pointing waifu. That is the worst offense so far. I mean, Nurse Waifu was just like, I just want to help Nurse Waifu, but I mean, come on. Pointing. Pointing! How can you live without pointing? Good nom nom morning.
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
I thought you figured that out during the investigation.
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
Hiyoko is not waifu material. Hiyoko was waifu material if you're into that sort of thing. So if you're one of those people, that's for you. If you're the rest of humanity, then no, definitely not.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge. What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well. That sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
Because you're in a deluxe suite.
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway.
If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
In the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane!
If that rumbling sound we heard it was at 5:30 a.m., it's like the answer to how much our time was off was literally right in front of us. I don't know. Oh man, I might need some help on this. Hey Siri. What is 730 minus 530?
730 minus 530 is 200.
That's it. It's off by 200 hours. We figured it out.
I see!
Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
What? Okay, look, I know I just jokingly asked Siri what it was. Come on, guys. Just come on.
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru.
We're out only Nekomaru?
If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success.
What's
That's
with
all
doing
it
killing
means.
things? Well, I mean, he is the Grim Rapport, after all. And also a member of the Panda Cult. It's clearly that. Besides messing with the time, the killer also messed with a specific thing. They're trying to lure out only Nekomaru. And that specific thing is... I'm not... I want to joke about this one, but I'm not even sure what they want. I mean, I know it's not the rumbling noise, obviously. Is it Monokuma Tai Chi?
I see.
Yeah, okay.
That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
I guess it's obvious now that I think about it.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they mess with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
Who would I be? I don't even know what we're talking about. Wait, what are we talking about? Looking over in chat. And it's just like, wait, what? What's he doing killing things? I'd be the first victim. I'd be Kyoko. The guy who was like putting everything together and just calling everyone a dumbass.
And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
There's a preemptive gasp. Where you could be Monokuma. Maybe. I didn't expect everyone to ditch Monokuma Tai Chi. But it turned out like this after all, so I guess it can't be helped.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right?
That even like dawned on me like a little bit later.
We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it? What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
You better be kidding me so I can bear. Oh my god, kill me.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad!
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it! It's incorrect!
Oh, snap.
That's definitely the correct answer. You always get so stubborn like this.
I'll be the developer so I get paid for this. Good answer.
Let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Huh?
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar.
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
Nagito, did you look at the script again?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that if Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
remember now. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who isn't? Who's the bastard?
Well, I think we're finally getting closer. We're finally putting the last pieces to this puzzle together. Whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time, right? Thing is, he was there. So I guess it wants me to guess Nagito now, even though I know that's an incorrect answer.
You're the only one! The one who wasn't there. It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there. It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something!
Not gonna lie, if I am wrong and Nagito actually is the killer and we kill him, I'm gonna be so happy. But I don't think it's him. What's up, Russell Reyes? How you doing?
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
You could just punch him.
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
It's merely the foolish talk of the weak.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Who do I think is a killer? I'm 90% positive that it's Gundam. Nightbot thinks it's you, though, so better get on Nightbot's good side. Or just hate on Nightbot, everyone does. He couldn't.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me.
And also true for Chiaki.
It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Yup, they were all in deluxe rooms, which are soundproof.
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it, but it wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
By the way, for soundproofing, that is amazing.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
The only people who didn't hear the rumbling sound were Nagito, Sonia, and Chiaki. The secret is what these three have in common. Could this also be the secret that points to the killer? Oh, no!
Hello there, children.
Hey, Chef, and thank you, Russell Reyes, for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Okay, I already figured it out. Whoops. Fuck! He says screwing everything up. Man, I wish I didn't nuke that L. And then it was at this moment that I tried to remember how to spell deluxe. There we go, Jesus Christ.
I got it!
If a robot falls in a tower and no one is around, does it make it sound? The answer is yes! As it
Nagito,
turns
Somi, and
out.
Chiaki. The three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right?
No, the Hangman's Gambit in this game is the worst. Next up is, the sword game. The sword game's also infuriating.
If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The guest rooms are divided up by quality grade. The deluxe room is soundproof and has excellent air insulation. Standard rooms have so-so insulation, but it's still pretty decent. And the cryo rooms have severe airflow and draft problems.
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise.
You love the sword game. I think it's mostly for me for the fact that I try to get as many of the voice lines in as possible. In the sword game, it's so hard to predict when voice lines begin and end. Oh, I'm starting to get the hang of it.
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation.
Though, not gonna lie, although I know that's what the game wants me to go with, how good of sound insulation is that? That's insane.
You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
Fuck you.
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Oh, hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
Somehow I feel like I understand what Nagito means. People ship Nagito and Hajime. Why? That's the most horrifying thing ever. The killer among us? The killer who murdered Mekamaru? It was clearly Taro Taro. Taro came back. His deep-fried body came back from the grave to murder Nekamaru. He was jealous of Nekamaru's height. It's so obvious now. Alright, let's actually go over to the actual answer. Also, shout out to Confused Akane.
You're the only one! Gundam, there's something I want to ask you.
How do I obtain the all-seeing eye?
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
Reserve students are to raise money, but the school is government for elite students. Yeah, honestly, a lot of that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but then again, I don't know a whole lot about Japanese law, so I let that slide. That'd be great. His skin would be in great starvation. No fat would only increase the flavor.
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
That sounded so beautiful, I can't argue with it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it...
Gundam?
No, Gundam! I started to love you!
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Haha! I've caught you red-handed.
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
Just like us.
Oh no! What am I gonna do without more of those wonderful Gundam lines?
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone to check the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Oops. Unlike me and my hand, we got it off perfectly.
Because I was in the lounge.
Everyone likes Gundam. What are the developers doing?
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
Yeah, Unjust, I still haven't made that voice line at all. Hey, what are you doing? This ruckus. It's louder than the supreme ruler of the Netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. Don't go making all that noise so suddenly.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
No!
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
give me a moment. I'm commanding my tears to fall.
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
What?
Huh?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
I need that line out of context. Just, that's right. I possess 10 ears.
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard! Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do you understand the situation you're in right now? You're accusing Gundam. As much as I love the guy, he is just going to bullshit as hard as he can, and it's going to be beautiful.
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
Oh my god.
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm.
Honestly, Gundam, you should have just opened with that.
That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
Always.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out.
Wouldn't you?
Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Why? Have you looked at the script?
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say, it's just a farce?
I don't know. A lot of people are dying for just a farce. I mean, we're down like, what? 5 waifus?
Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
Me and my fist are both disappointed in it and bored by it.
Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
I found the script, Hajime.
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder.
Hajime, I hate to break it to you, but it's hard for Nagito to become weirder when he already starts at a 10 out of 10 on the Crazometer.
What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
How is it the opening act? It's case 4 out of 6.
Ah, you said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
That's kind of a shame. I really did hope it was going to be massive theatrics for Gundam defending himself.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
You know, I know we're almost done with this thing, but I just realized that we are somehow in a serious trial about murder involving the words Grape House and Strawberry House. And I just realized how sad that is.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
That's wrong. When something is obviously wrong, that's when a contradiction is born. There's no such thing as a contradiction that can't be overcome. Oh shit, which one is it?
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
Oh!
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Alright, I know what I need to do. Contradiction is when something is obviously wrong. There's no contradiction I can't shoot through. I'm gonna find out what that is. For the sake of everyone's hope, I'll shoot through that contradiction.
That elevator, the only means of travel. As long as that your assumption. Plus, the elevator broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot
Since I was at, there's no question that it would have been different if they had.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer? Why don't we stop this already?
That elevator was the only means of travel between...
No, that's wrong!
Ooh.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
Oh, Akane, you saved me.
Such a method does not exist!
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Hey, Gundam, how'd you... No. Who could have used it, though? Ibuki, tell me how you used it. Speak to me from the afterlife. Why is it always good, nom nom nom?
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry, I was napping standing up. What were we on now? Did we do the manga part yet?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Because
There's
I
a
showed
secret
up.
passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
God, what a dick!
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down... Surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the 3rd floor of Grape House.
Meaning, the 3rd floor and the 4th floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
It's just like all them video games.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Oh, thank God.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
Oh, I've never been so happy to get this.
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
Not now, I'm so far ahead.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Do you turn into a giant green hamster? Because that actually sounds adorable. Alright, so what is the answer here? I guess the wire.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole.
What?
Look how frail I say! Your decayed illusion.
Damn it!
I can't. Oh my God.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
This argument is exhausting. Just listening to it makes me tired. This is actually a rough one. I love Gundam, this will be sad. Right?
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say! Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
There we go, got it.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light! Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light!
Okay. I think it's the wire, but I'm not
Know
sure.
the limits of your own reasoning! You say the killer went to the Octagon? Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the mail...
Allow me to cut through those words! The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Elmo is severely disappointed. We keep calling this weird shape an octagon.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that the killer went to the octagon.
Same thing with Jack Black. Oh, poor hamsters, they look worried.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
It seems this is the end. Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act, so I'm going to end this right now.
Wait, are you really gonna deny me the ability to build a manga? But manga. But manga hamsters.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure only Nekomaru. The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks to that, Nekomaru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point.
What an
so
asshole!
He tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But
But
surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And, without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
But no, but manga hamsters.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru, so by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting him.
You have angered Gundam.
Hold on! What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me!
Come on, just turn into a giant hamster. Do it. It'll make no sense. And it'll actually make me just more confused and hate this series, but do it. Turn into a giant hamster.
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
Because you piss everyone off, it's time to kill Nagito. Let's do it right now.
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all!
I don't. Enlighten me.
Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It means that you're more worried about the rabbit curry.
It appears I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Phrasing.
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious! I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions!
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
Insert mocking SpongeBob. Seems legit.
However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
Oh, you're right. I should have stopped being human. Oh, I'm so stupid. I should have became the Mike Squirrel. Clearly.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
I guess you really don't want to admit it. Then, just as you requested, I'll provide an argument that'll leave you no choice but to be persuaded. You know, the first thing that made me think that he was going to be the killer. Before the killing even happened.
I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
What the hell?
Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! I won't let you!
What
For
the?
the Tanaka Empire!
Fine, here.
Wither! Crushed as David prophesied!
It's not gonna even
I
care.
won't let you!
I'm just
For
gonna
the
be
Tanaka Empire!
If this game's just not even gonna be on beat for me, then just
Crushed as
screw
David
it.
prophesied! For the Tanaka Empire! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crushed as David prophesied! Show me the cadaver! It's Nekomaru's back. Do you really think I can get behind him so easily?
This is the end!
I'm sorry, Jumpy, but I had to do it.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh?
Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams.
10,000% hamster power.
In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Yeah, which seems so out of place, which is what made me think, oh my god, it's gonna be Nekomaru and it's gonna be Gundam. Before the murder even happened! The foreshadowing is so heavy. At least it seemed heavy. Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy! Truly, this is the sky limitation art of the Demon Mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved the piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right?
Yeah.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
If that is your real name.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
Sonia, where have you been?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance.
I'm pretty sure Gundam's answers are smarter than Hiro, Hina, Akane, and Kazuichi combined. I don't know. If you take Hina out there, I'm gonna definitely go with it. Hina seemed to have a little bit of intelligence, at least with her. Though she did have some very dim moments.
Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere.
Though Hina did easily get distracted by anything Krispy Kreme.
Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road.
Did you just become Nagito?
Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Yay! Manga time! Alright, let's go. Did the three of us have to play Russian roulette too? We may never know. There's one. This? Oh, it was! Alright, this is obviously this one. Why even give me this one?
everything that happened in this case. Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime.
Let's also talk about how much we hate Nagito for trying to take away manga time. Dick.
First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final deck. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else.
That pose.
That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
We all talk about hey Nagito, but we
On
wanted,
the morning of the
we all
incident,
why when Guns
Nekomaru
about to
woke
die.
up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower.
Oops.
So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the good night button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
With the power of hamsters. Just that line. With the power of hamsters. I mean, I know that's what happened, but just that phrasing. Maybe I'm just tired. I don't know.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob.
Hamsters with a murder weapon, confirmed.
After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru.
Strawberries are better than grapes, discuss.
Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire.
You know, actually, here's my question.
The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful.
My question, real suddenly, if there's motion sensors that prevent the floor from dropping, how did they not trip when Nekomaru's body moved from the shifting of the floor going down? Ah, screw it.
And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage. So they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room.
Am I planning on getting
They also
Danganronpa
wouldn't have been able
B3?
to
Yeah.
return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Smug Gundam.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
You want Gundam. You want Gundam to stop using weird words.
Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe.
Come on, you should listen to Naruto. Believe it.
You killed Nekomaru?
Which is why we have the tallest sign in the entire world.
I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure vote for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Let's see how much I sucked. Oh, 79's actually not that bad. I thought I was gonna get, what was the 69 on? That's probably Hangman's Gambit. Yeah, I think I screwed up a lot on that Hangman's Gambit. That might have been what that is.
This result isn't all that exciting. Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Level! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
I have several questions. Why does Monokuma have a tongue? Man, look at all those coins I won! It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results...
Yahoo!
You guys were correct once again! Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement! That's right! The one who killed the robotic Nekamaru in the amazing Funhouse
Yaha!
was Gundam Tanaka!
Nice!
Yay! I said that all without biting my tongue!
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on! It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Oh, I have no... Excuse me! I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Fall, tears. You can fall. Why do you want to talk to the one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is that what you'd like to say? But for honor's sake, I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekamaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekamaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost, and he died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of causality.
If he was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain! Fine then. Then I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret to the funhouse. And when I devised a killing plan utilizing that secret, by tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekamaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekamaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekamaru. He sensed all my subtle killing intent, and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. And shit. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away. He could have, or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell you this.
He was serious, too. He gave it his all to try and kill me.
Huh?
If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see it!
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Nekamaru really did that?
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
This scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
That's a great line.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me.
Yeah, okay.
I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
That's it? That's your reason?
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
Blood.
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We're all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you this.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment. A mere feeling of resignation. Wait, are you telling us to just wait until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. Huh? Do you mean you'd rather die?
Fall, my tears.
Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by the feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life. That is just an insult to life itself.
Let me ask.
Have you fools ever heard of the term dog eat dog? Cannibalism?
Fine.
In zoology, cannibalism is commonly In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point in their lifespan engage in cannibalism.
Listen well!
That is what it means to live. Is that what it means? Alright. I bit my arm. Does that mean I live now? If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce you!
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity.
You.
Are you saying all that just to try and justify what you did?
But...
Be quiet and let him talk. Oh. But it sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools, even though I did that for the last 5 minutes. I have betrayed you all. That is the absolute truth.
Fall, my tears.
But, even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death here?
Oh.
That belief. Is that why you committed your crime?
You...
Hey, what about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once. But compared to my battle with Nekomaru, it was mere child's play.
Well?
You know, after listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that. Well, it's also because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without so much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me you didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
Just who do you think I am? I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka!
Please wait!
This is just too much!
I beg of you!
Please, Monokuma! Please help Gundam!
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you!
How pitiful.
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
Fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However...
What is it, my 4 dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared 4 dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously!
This voice actor was not paid enough.
That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Gundam Tanaka Stampede. What? Is he ready to perform alchemy? I'm glad that transmutation circle played a role. What? I was not ready for Angel Cat. You were too good for this world. Gundam! No! No! Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chest. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstood what he meant? Then, what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
Damn it! I'm so pissed off. I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spent so much time worrying about each other. All thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
The worst.
Damn it. Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly. But still, even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are right.
Gundam will most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. You're right. It's okay, guys. The ambulance is coming to rescue Gundam. Which you guys probably can't hear at all. Even though that's clearly a squad car siren. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Excuse me. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that. Hey! So, how long are you guys gonna stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry up over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on! How much longer are you gonna keep doing this? Seriously, how long is he gonna keep doing this? How long is this going to continue?
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey!
Hold on a sec. That moon shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Well, you know, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. That's what it means to live, right?
Huh.
She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then let's go back for now and eat. And then when we're full, let's sleep as much as you want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end once again. We return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial, but at that moment, we were able to forget about the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. Before everyone else, too. It's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file had just I fucking knew it! There's no way the file had just Hajime's information.
Well,
I guess they're too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. Even if it costs me my life.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this.
Monokuma appears!
Alright! Monokuma has arrived! Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's lonely little Nagito!
What's
Why
the matter?
Why are you all alone tonight, too? So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well.
Well,
Is what I'd like to say. Unfortunately, I haven't learned that yet. I see. So even though you don't know, looks like the final showdown's gonna take a little more time.
Hello.
So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you gonna finally confess your love?
hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah? What about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
Say what?
What's weird?
you don't even know?
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, there's total students to be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But the file contains documents that were created at Hopesby Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I used stuff from the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
If this file contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? This is your doing? Did you slip in false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? It's my job to heat things up. It's okay if I do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is, you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when I say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think Why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different.
Shing!
After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's putting you guys through this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came to offer my cooperation, you know. Fuck you, Nagito.
Huh?
Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on the island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
Right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I want to make everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you, too. Well, I knew you would say that. Besides, I wouldn't be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
You're right.
No matter what the situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself in despair must exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky.
Like...
But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Wow.
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I will become true hope. I'll even become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope. You two are alike. You definitely remind me of him.
Hey.
There's one more thing I wanted to ask you.
See?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? It looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. If the person you're waiting for is already on this island, is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question.
That's...
If that's the case, that person is already on this island. Wouldn't that be exciting? Yeah, I know. Everyone wants to go to sleep. I want to go to sleep too. It's 2:30 a.m. here for me. Five days remaining.
Danganronpa.
Achievement unlocked, Bread for Destruction. I obtained the Hellhound Earring. Yes. Save. Done. Oh my god, what a long night. I think I know who's dying next. I don't want to know. Don't tell me if you know. Obviously. It's time for bed. we're done tonight. We'll be back soon.